Today we're going to finish up with the last two of Erikson's stages of psychosocial development, and I'm going to give some final thoughts on it, on Mental Health Minute with Kim. Stage 7 happens between the ages of 40 and 65, and the crisis or job is generativity versus stagnation. Now, at this time in our lives, we may have already started our family, we may have already settled down, chosen our career path, and we're really starting to look at what kind of legacy we're going to leave on the world. Have we been productive? Have we had any accomplishments that we're proud of? Have we made good connections with other people? And if we successfully navigate this stage, then we develop the virtue of care. We care about ourselves, about others, the world around us, society, and we really give back. If not, then we develop a sense of stagnation, that things just haven't really gone anywhere. We haven't really done anything useful or productive or made any kind of mark on the world. And finally, stage 8 begins around the age of 65 and continues until we die. The crisis or job is ego integrity versus despair. When we reach this age, we're really looking back on our lives, even more so than the previous stage, and we are determining if we were successful, whatever that success may be to us. It may be a career, it may be public service, it may be raising a family, it may be a marriage, whatever it is that we consider to be successful, we're looking back on our lives to see if we were a success in those terms. We're looking back at our accomplishments. We're looking back with a sense of completion, because that is what our ego integrity is. If we successfully navigate this stage, then we maintain our ego integrity, and we can really look back on our lives with a sense of accomplishment. If we don't successfully navigate it, then we can start to feel a little bit of despair. And the psychological tool that we gain in this stage is wisdom. Now, Erikson didn't believe that we are in a constant state of ego integrity during this stage, but rather we have ups and downs, and wisdom allows us to be able to balance ego integrity with despair as we look back on our lives and we come to the end of our lives and learn to accept our imminent death. A couple things to remember about Erikson's stages of psychosocial development are, number one, that the age range of each stage is not set in stone. There are lots of things that can affect how quickly we move through each stage. Number two, each stage builds on the previous one, so the psychological tool that we learn from one stage carries through the rest of our development, and we're able to use it throughout the rest of our lives. Number three, if there is any trauma or negative event that happens during any of these stages, it can slow us down. And we can go back and continue to develop on that stage, but it just might be slowed down a little bit. And finally, not everybody develops at the same rate. Some might develop a little more slowly than others. Some might develop a little more quickly. These are just kind of guidelines to help you understand what's going on during each of these stages of our lives. That's it for this week. Next week, we are going to start looking at some mental health issues faced by people during each of these stages. That's why I wanted to get in on these stages, so that you guys could kind of see what's going on during each one, and then we'll tackle what mental health issues could arise. I'll see you next week.